Alright guys, got the off-road mower out here in the snow. It's snowing right now. You probably can't see it on the video very well. We're just getting rolling here. She's just now starting to come down, and the yard is turning into a swamp. Still got to pick up a lot of junk out of the yard from other lawnmowers that's been tore apart in the yard. But got it out here. Got the hood on it. It's not mounted on there right, as you can tell. I just got it sitting up there, and there's a trash bag over the motor. But as I hate to, it's out here because I was working on the mini bike. I'm gonna stop calling it mini bike. I'm gonna start calling it the mini trike or mini trike. Got it in mock-up right now, just showing you what we're working with here. And my friend's getting me some more pipe, and we're gonna start slapping it together the rest of the way. And can't see it on video too well, but it's just on mock-up. These pipes are obviously at different angles because they wasn't meant to run up back the side like that. They was meant to go straight up like stacks. I just was messing around and turned them down to the side. I'm going to rerun the pipes all together. It's going to be a 2-in-1 out to one side. Got the front end mocked up there, the back end's sitting back here. Motor, I just set it up there to see how much room I'm going to have. You can see nothing's connected right yet. That pipe's just laying on the motor to kind of give you an idea as to what we're trying to get it to look like. But a friend of mine and me is going to get her going. I decided to run the downshaft 18.5 horse to a downshaft 5 or 6 speed Peerless rear end. Gotta strengthen up this back end because this was just a little mini bike. It wasn't nothing fancy. Gotta put a lot of pipes to strengthen this baby up because there's gonna be a lot of torque on the frame with such a big motor, which I'm kind of afraid of that. Got the top of a case sitting back here of a lawnmower rear end. That's a 6-speed rear end case. It's a Spicer. It's just an old junky one, using it to kind of look and see what I'm going to have to do to the rear end to get everything set up. Tires are just set. These are old junk tires that the centers are cut out of. I just got them setting up here to for mock-up, where you can see what my plan is. Still going to run this little mini bike seat. I'm going to somehow get the handlebars set back far enough for me to reach them. Either that or run like ape hangers, or take and turn them and just run them straight back to about right there, and then turn them out to the side. I don't know how the handlebars are going to work out yet. Once I start getting the frame laid out, then I'll worry about that. Another issue I was going to have running this big motor and a little frame is access to the motor, like if I would have to pull the engine off. So what me and my friend decided was, we're not 100% sure on this idea yet. This isn't going to be a real gas tank. It's just something for looks that come off of the mini bike. We want to make it to where we can just make the back pipe, some people call them back bearings or whatever, the top of the frame, we want to be able to make it removable, maybe with bolts. My only fear on that is I'm afraid that it'll cut down too much on the strength of the frame. So I'm either going to do that or have to leave enough room in between the pipe and the motor to be able to wiggle it around and get get it out of there. I could also drop, instead of raising this top bar up to about right there, I could also drop the bottom bars. There's two that's going to run underneath the motor, and then a platform will set on top of those two bars for the motor to mount on. I could run those bars out and then down at an angle and back up, and set the motor down further in the frame. Then it is. And I'd have to put skid plates and stuff up underneath that one part of the frame where it's going to be lower on the ground. It's not going to be, it's just going to be strictly street running. It's probably never going to be took off road ever. It's just going to be something to build for fun. Put this back up here where you can get another look here at it. My friend he works with metal all the time at his job, so I got a friend that works in the pipeline. He's supposed to be getting me some metal, and the friend that's going to be helping me weld this thing together is going to help get me some metal too, some pipe, and we're just going to slap it together. Thought about just rebuilding the whole frame, but that's a lot of work. Basically, I'm going to be doing that anyway, but the front half should be okay. The back half is going to have to take a lot. It's going to have to be, I might have to just completely start it over. Just kind of use that little back half as a something to go by, and go from there and just start welding pipe together. Big pipe, like 1 inch or 1.5 inch steel pipe. It's going to kind of look like a rat rod style chopper trike. I don't have very good light in this building because that light blowed, so I've only got one light. So I'm sorry about that. And the video quality on this iPod, it's not terrible, but it's not the greatest. So, but you get the idea. I'm going to have a regular lawnmower transaxle back here, lawnmower motor here. I'm going to rig up some kind of hand clutch where I can apply pressure with my hand, and then let it up. Whenever I push it in, it takes tension off the belt, and then I can let it up with my hand, and it'll put tension on it. So whenever I just want to shift, just shove my hand up on the clutch, shift, and then let go of it. Only problem with that is I'm gonna have to shift with the other hand as well. So I never thought about that till now. So I guess I'll just have to rig up a foot clutch, like a regular lawnmower foot clutch, and then use my my hand to shift it. So I'll have to use regular foot clutch, and then put a big tall shifter rod on it, like the great big like the Harleys that have the hand shifters on them. Rig out some way to run that, but I think it'll be pretty cool. I'm new on YouTube, guys, so it'll kind of be hard to follow my videos because I'm kind of hard to find on there. So if you want to watch me build this, hopefully it shouldn't take too long. Shouldn't be too long of a building process. You can subscribe, and hopefully I'll have this done before too long. I don't have any money to put in this thing. I have no money, so I'm going to try to build it using stuff I have around the house and old free lawnmowers and free lawnmower parts. But my pulley ratio in my head, what I think I'm going to use is a 3-inch on the back because I already have it. It's on the mud mower. It's on the off-road lawnmower. I told you that last video, I think. I'll take that pulley off and put on a transaxle I get for this thing. And then the front pulley will probably be a 8 or a 9-inch on the front. So it should be pretty good. And I don't look for it to do wheelies or nothing. You are where you set is going to be back in between the rear tires, hopefully. I'll probably have to make spacers and some way to widen the wheels out because the lawnmower transaxle is not that wide. So I'll probably have to lengthen the axles or something to give me more space back there. But you'll set between the rear wheels, and the motor is going to be mounted about center ways where it's at. So you shouldn't have too much of an issue with it doing wheelies because of the weight of the motor. But if it does happen to do wheelies, too bad. I'll end up putting wheelie bars on it. That's not a big deal. But it's got a Springer front end that actually works, and they are adjustable by those 2 Allen wrenches. You loosen or tighten those Allen wrench bolts to give it a stiffer ride or a easy ride. On the mini bike I always had them stiff as they could go, so I had basically no suspension on the front. But with this I'll probably loosen them up a little bit and let it have some play. The back end's going to be rigid. It ain't going to have no suspension in the rear, so it's probably going to be a rough ride. But yep, tell me if you like the idea. These pipes are not going to stay the same. Like I said, I'm either going to run duals out straight out the back and turn them out behind the rear tires like a truck, or maybe just go straight out the back, or go 2 in the 1 and then 1 pipe out either side. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, because the way they are ran right now would be really loud right there beside of you where you got to ride. But anyway, tell me what you think, guys. And you can just step back here where you can tell where you can get a full view of it. So I'm going to try to keep that ride height right there. I think that ride height right there is pretty good. It's setting on paint cans, so it'll be as tall as a paint can off the ground, so that's plenty. Yep, thanks for watching.